Yeah. Yeah, it's cool in the South, like sometimes, you get a lot of cool stuff. But when you're dealing with humidity and weather and ocean fronts, yeah,
Barometric pressures.
right.
I'm getting older. So I had a little injury when I was younger, when I was in high school. Just a minor tweak,
Okay.
but I can still, like the old people, like the elders, I can feel when a storm is coming because I still have that little minor
Yeah,
reminder. You know what I mean?
that's
So,
funny.
but yeah,
That thorn in your side, God's like, my grace is sufficient. You're like,
yeah.
come on, brother. Come
Come
on,
on,
brother.
just let me win one. Yeah, man. Hey,
That's good, man. Like I said, yeah, I saw you on Facebook as soon as I signed in. I was like, this ain't no picture. This dude's spitting some truth.
oh
Let's
man.
let's see what this is about. And you're just like, question, America. I got a question for you.
Just a
Are you
quick question.
okay?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
yeah. And you just gotta check in love. You gotta check in, see where we're at.
Yeah,
So honestly, man, I actually just it's funny that little rambling happened, my little tangent. But
yeah,
my brother and I always check in, just accountability. So even like yesterday, we have a sit down meeting where it's like, hey, it's just real talk. Sometimes it's not comfortable, but it's necessary.
yeah.
So yeah, man, that's just, I don't want to preach, so to speak. I don't want to preach to anybody um, things that I'm not actively doing myself. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's why.
Which really, like, even that in itself is pretty rare,
Yeah,
right?
for
Like, it's a
sure.
rare commodity so much that like it stopped my day because I'm like, I notice a difference. Like,
Yeah,
it's like Matrix, Matrix, Matrix. Wait,
yeah,
yeah,
we're cooking.
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
Well,
We
sweet.
how's everything on your end? How you been?
Good as gold is my standard answer, and I
I
like
like
that
that.
answer.
I like that.
Right? It dawned on me that curiosity and what we resonate with, what we think is cool, what stands out to us matters for a reason.
Yeah,
And I don't know if it was a movie or something that I saw, and this guy, somebody said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he had an answer ready, and I was like, "I don't think I have a ready answer."
yeah,
I didn't want my "how you doing" to be based on my current circumstance because that's like I'm windswept waves over here.
for sure.
Like me is based on the circumstance, and I'm like, that's probably not smart.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I have a standard answer, but yeah, good as gold because gold's always valuable, right?
Ooh,
And gold's been through the fire more than once
yeah,
to rid the impurities, right? And it's one of the things that I teach my clients too is find what's not working, get rid of it, and the rest will work way better.
for sure.
So yeah, it's just one of my things living on purpose.
Yeah, one of them things. That's priceless, man. That's
Yeah.
priceless.
Yeah, I noticed like it's about living on purpose, right? Like everything that you do, I say you do, like you're living on purpose. Like you speak on purpose. You bring
Yes,
up
sir.
things on purpose.
Yes,
Like
sir.
you said, those combos with your brother, I think uncomfortable is the place that you need to experience more often than not.
Absolutely. That's
You
where
know?
growth. Uncomfortable is where growth happens. And
Yeah.
you talked about being refined. The goal being refined. Like discomfort is the refinery. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
the place where you get stretched, you get heat tested, stress tested, and you come out better on the other end. You know?
Yeah, definitely, man. And it's one of those things that like everybody talks about, right? Like, oh, be comfortable, uncomfortable. And I'm just like, that phrasing, like I get it, but
Yeah.
the way that that's phrased, I'm just like, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Stop being
It-
fake deep over here.
yeah. It's almost at this point it's almost cliche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I think one of the ways that I look at it, with my program is as soon as like my problem stops being a villain,
Oh.
then I can actually do something about it.
Yeah. Man,
Right?
we just started, but you cooking. You might want to say that one again.
Like I
That's
don't need more villains in my life.
yeah.
And like it's the difference between, am I constantly looking at problems and obstacles and challenges, or am I acting on purpose, knowing that there's a reason, a good reason? for this, and not taking everything personal either, right? Like live by
Yeah.
mob rules. Like, hey, it's not personal.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't take the weather as a personal attack on my goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or my wheelchair, which like
Yeah.
as soon as I stop making that my villain, it stopped being a problem, and I'm like, oh, well, I can just win anyway.
Yeah. You're cooking. I can hear the sizzling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been taking my vitamins lately. You know what I mean? So like, I think the vitamins and the creatine are working.
That'll do it. Hey, side note, have you ever tried that? This is not an ad. Let me preface by saying this, but that mushroom, the mushroom coffee. You ever tried that?
Yeah, my wife loves it, man. She loves it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been kind of skeptical, but I need some believers before I jump into it.
Yeah, it's really good. Like the ones, they got these cordyceps, which basically just spark different parts of your brain.
Okay.
Like that's what they're built for.
Yeah.
To activate different parts of your brain so that you just think a lot more clearly. Which
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. Like this shift I've noticed to more organic ways of life. Like, oh, instead of let me get this prescription, maybe I should just eat beets, like, or maybe I should drink some electrolytes. That's probably smart, right? Sure. Like, and I think it's really cool that people are doing stuff like that. But yeah, my wife loves it, swears by it. I'm not saying it's the reason, she's really smart. But she has noticed that like it doesn't affect her the same way as just regular caffeine does.
Yeah.
That like she gets whatever she wants, she makes a mocha or whatever in the morning and just uses that instead of like espresso. That's what I drink is espresso.
Gotcha.
But I'm only doing like a tiny little thimble of espresso, you know what I mean? Like I do like the Italians, like, whoop, all right, I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
But,
a proper amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, or I'm on this cake with chocolate covered espresso beans right now.
Okay.
And I would put them in the freezer, and then I'm like, eat a couple, and then
That's different. How is that working out for you? I mean,
yeah, it's cool. I let my kids try it when they were over for Father's Day.
Okay.
And my daughter was like, "It's all you, Dad, all you."
Yep.
She's like, "I feel like I just put my face in like a bucket of coffee," and I was like, "What about the chocolate?" She was like, "Nah." It's disgusting.
It's all you. I love it.
I know you're not a dad, man, but you're really close with your nieces, plural, right?
Nieces, and the youngest is my nephew, so 3 total.
Okay. Yeah. You're big on being Uncle Rob. Is that what they call you?
Uncle Rob, man, I can hear that from a mile away. My goodness.
Yeah.
Man, it's at this point in my life, we can, you can see things as a burden or obligation, but man, it really is an honor just to be like at this chapter of my life. I'm not a dad, but like I'm a father figure ish. You know what I mean? It's just man, it's an honor and really is a blessing to me. It gives me more life, joy. I have joy as it is, but that's just the bonus points.
Yeah, they say that's that type of love, like loving someone else.
Yeah,
is way more robust of a love than just loving yourself, right? Like you should love yourself for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Like don't see yourself as a piece of shit, right? Like that's really helpful.
That's a good start. Step one.
But it is really awesome when I think you can allow yourself to love somebody else.
For sure.
And like you only want the best for them. That's it.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I don't need you to pay me back. Like I don't need anything from you. I just want to be around you, and I want the best for you.
That's it. And keep no receipts.
Yeah, and it's for me. That's one of the things that was the attitude I brought into becoming a dad, because I married a single mom, right? Like I didn't help make these kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the girls, the one was 13, one was 15 when I came in.
Okay.
And the thing that they didn't need, quote unquote, a dad at that point. They needed a good man around consistently.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can do that. Like, I have no idea how to be a dad.
Yeah.
But I do know how to be consistent. I do know how to be loyal. I do know how to be, all those good qualities that you have and you show them too. And I think young girls, especially, well, young men as well too, right, in their own way.
Yeah.
But like need to see what that version looks like, so that when all the other versions show up, they're like, I'm gonna get out of here because you suck.
Yeah. It's quick to identify the synthetic. I keep it real over here. Nah.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's dope.
Man, I'll be honest, I had that same philosophy. I said, I only echo the way I approach being an uncle is echoing my own brother's philosophy. I'm not coming in with anything new. I'm just running the playbook. You know what I mean? It's like these are the standards of the Ziegler household, and I'm just a role player. You know what I mean? I'm a team player. So
yeah,
I just, anytime I can be just a presence, man, and bring my own personality into the team, so to speak, I'm willing and able.
Speaking of teams, man, freaking Roll Tide over here.
Oh, you already know by default.
Yeah.
Since way back, since I was a youngin. When I was a youngin, yeah. Man, it's been rough these last couple of years because the standard has been so high. We've still been successful, but just like any successful dynasty, there will be some fall off. So making some adjustments and getting back to the gold standard.
Yeah, man. One of the ways that I look at that time, because I think we as individuals go through that as well, right? Yeah. It's not always like win. Like my life ain't DJ Khaled, It's like,
no.
But even him, right? Like not all those are hits, bro. Like,
yeah. No, for sure.
But yeah, we call that the in between.
Yeah.
Right. So like that in between time, I'm not losing. I'm not gonna look at myself as a loser.
Yeah.
But I am like pre next win. But I think too, like one of the things too that I want to talk to you about and just like have you share really is like your personal version of success. And I think a lot of people, they're not as successful as they could be because they're too vague.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You just say, "Oh, I want to be rich." Well, what does that mean?
Right.
Or I want to have my own business. Okay, doing what? Like, I want to have a good year. What does that look like? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like taking it a step further than just like one simple subject. So let us know like what success look like for Zig these days.
Wow, man, that's a heavy question. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like you just threw three or four plates on each side and told me to squat as many as I can, get as many reps in as I could. But
yeah,
I'm kidding. But first, man, I appreciate you asking. Wow. At the journey I'm on and the chapter I'm in right now in my life. Honestly, for me, man, success looks like peace. Peace being my foundation first. So whatever comes after that is a bonus, if that makes sense. I feel like talk to me.
Like were me and you hanging out in heaven before we were born or something? Like,
man.
Like there, no matter how much time is in between conversations, our lives still overlap.
For sure.
But can continue on, please.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So my philosophy or my definition of success has changed through trial and error. So, like most people, I think there are certain benchmarks or milestones that we feel like we need to attain to say, "Rah rah, yay, we did it." And I was the same way. I had the same mindset. But in retrospect, once you get to, for example, with my brand, I've been able to connect with the mayor of our city, who is well known. He has a lot of influence. I've connected with NBA, NFL players, people in different realms, in different avenues who have, some people millions of followers worth of influence. And I thought, early on, as soon as I connect with them and they're wearing my gear, publicly and they post it, I won. But when I look back in my own personal life, there were things that I was still unpacking that were chaotic. So I'm winning on the outside, what looks like winning, but internally, um, it was turmoil. Do you know what I mean? So once I, and one of the most defining moments, to be honest with you, was a few years back. My dad passed, and through the process of grief, which you never really kind of, you process grief, but you still have moments. Early on, when I was, reminiscing on my dad, I could never find, on top of already trying to be successful in business, I had this extra spicy sauce of grief on top of it, and it was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
there was a point where, and this is, everybody's not of religious or of a faith or, but for me, there was a moment in my life spiritually where I felt like God, I gave him the opportunity. I gave him my burdens. I gave him my goals fully.
Yeah.
I gave him my definition of success. And in return, he gave me peace, the peace that passes understanding, honestly. And so,
Which is, I'm not officially keeping track, but there's a lot.
okay.
But that's like reason number 8,212 why Christianity works.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Like, it's actively practical because we can do that.
you can't
Right?
do
Like,
it.
hey, I have this burden. Hey, it's
Yeah.
becoming too freaking much.
Yeah.
Here, take this burden. He's like, cool, thanks. Here's peace of mind.
Yeah. Here's the trade-off. You
Yeah.
could have had it way earlier, but I let you process, I let you do your thing, your free will, and glad to have
Which
you
is
on
key
board.
too, right? Like you just said, let.
Yeah.
Right? Let.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
when I look in scripture too, the first thing that God says is let.
Let.
So I have to allow light to come in. I have to allow difference to happen.
Yes.
I can hold on to all this. I could.
Yeah.
However, and I love that because hearing you talk about it, you're not looking at it as a villain. You're looking at it as an experience.
It definitely is.
Right? Yeah. And that shows that, like, turns out you can actually have peace after something like that.
Yeah.
Right? That, like, right. Yeah, I'm not forgetting. I just don't wear the burden anymore.
That's the biggest piece of the puzzle, man. And I wish more people, even when I talk to friends, I'm big on breaking bread. I like to sit down as much as possible with my close friends, have a meal, and just talk real life. Yeah. And two things I'm totally adamant about that are priorities for me is not just sleeping. Don't just go to sleep. Make sure you get proper rest. These are the components of my peace. Obviously alignment with God, but the practical things are finding rest and resetting. It's just I rest and reset. I call it just like my Chipotle method. It's simple, simple quality ingredients. We don't have to overdo this. Let's keep it simple and get extraordinary results. That's kind of my day one mindset. You know what I mean? From what I've got from you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And I think that, like you said, it serves as your core.
Yeah, that is the core.
Because like that helps define who you are.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it too is like it's things like that need to be personal. I need to be able to define myself really easily.
Yeah.
Even like I got into apologetics recently, just watching these YouTubers, God Logic and some other people, and thinking about that too of like, am I ready if somebody asks me questions? Like, do I know myself?
Yeah.
I know my address.
Yeah.
But if someone said, hey, what matters to you right now?
Okay.
Can I tell them? And, having that ready answer for yourself, because I think we need to constantly define ourselves over and over. Like you said, I'm not the guy I used to be.
Yes, sir.
And I'm this guy with a good reason.
For sure.
And one of the things that I was just creating a bunch of graphics in between me jumping the gun and showing up an hour early. And, because I thought about that, I was like, we're not on the same time zone. And he's looking at it as my time zone. I'm looking at it as my time zone.
No, and yeah.
So
even on that, man, like that's a message in itself. Like it was literally the time you had was literally written out for me. Eastern time, I saw it was like my eye saw what it wanted to see, and I moved as I, per usual. You know what I mean? Pay attention to the details, kids. Attention to detail.
Yeah. And I think even that, right? Like, we're not butthurt about it. Like, it just happened, right? And I always say it like, well, now's now.
I felt like crap. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay. Well, I hope you get over it.
Thanks, bro.
Cool. Because I don't blame you. And as soon as it happened, like I heard the voice say, CST Milan, not EST. And I was like, he's thinking the same thing, ain't he? He's like, oops.
Yeah.
But even that, like in that meantime, like I was like, okay, how can I capitalize where I am? And I think you've done a really good job of that too, is like, how can I capitalize now? Right. Yeah. Like I thought, oh, some cool people wear my stuff and then I'm set for life. But well, that's just maybe one aspect of my life. Okay. I'm not concerned about, this right now. However, what about that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, one of the things that I got from my mentor recently is to be more interested than trying to be interesting. And it seems like you've really done a good job of that, of being, hey, these are the things that interest me. I'm going to move forward with these things.
Yeah.
And, but let me ask you this, what is it that you have that that you do that keeps you consistent? Because that's a big obstacle for a lot of people.
Wow, man. It's another great question. Another heater, another fastball. Oh man, that's a great question. I think when I look back at my life, even as a kid, it feels like certain things were inherent. Is that a word? Inherent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
just like built in?
Yeah. Innate. Like certain things were just already birthed in me. They just needed to be revealed or evolve over time. And what that was purpose for me. And at one point, I thought it was going to be, that purpose in my mind was to be a doctor. I thought I was going to be a doctor at the time. And after I dropped out of college, I realized, wait, I didn't have, I talked about rest and reset. I did have a reset, but I had no rest. I was in absolute panic mode because my whole life, all I had known was quote unquote success. I had been a honor student my whole life. I had been an athlete and been on, championship caliber teams. So I knew what success looked like in different lanes, different avenues. But now, at that point, I realized, man, I feel like I'm on a lonely island. So how do I move forward now? And over the years, looking back, decades have passed, which is crazy to say. But the man I am now and the way I move is because of life, life happening, life events, and really downloading that information and then applying it to my life, especially going back to like even the church that I was I was about to say born. I was not born in the church, but the church that I was raised in as a kid and was baptized at was a meeting place for the civil rights foot soldiers who, were infamously hosed downtown. We've all seen the images, the dogs and the fire
Yeah.
department and the police. So the church that I was a kid at until college, I was a member, was a meeting house for those people. And I realized those weren't just those people. Like, they are who I am. I am them. And
Okay.
that spirit of, I guess, resilience and activism has always been dormant inside me. It's always been kind of dormant. And it wasn't until I became a man that it became something that has been dynamic in my life and what creates purpose for me and keeps me consistent.
What's
If that makes sense.
what's the overlap there with their characteristics and yours? Because I think that's a lot easier to pinpoint.
Yeah.
Because obviously the time's different, right? The situation's different.
Right.
So it's like, how can I have? What do you mean? So
Yeah.
What are the overlapping characteristics?
Overlapping characteristics. I think foundationally, I'm a little bit of a rebel. And even I have friends who I look at them and I consider them a little bit radical, I guess, because they're more extroverted than I am. They're more in other spaces. They're more vocal. I'm kind of, I've always been, even when we're roommates in college, like, I've always felt like I was kind of chill and laid back, lay low. And I feel like I'm in this space now where the next phase of whatever purpose looks like from here and to the future is being more vocal, being less behind. I'm a videographer, being less behind the camera and more in front of the camera, and the things that that I feel are truths in my life that were the same truths to the people that I follow. I've followed, through the civil rights movement, those foot soldiers who met at the church. Those same characteristics are the same. It looks different. It's a different flavor, but that same, like I was saying, that same spirit of resistance, that same spirit of boldness has never changed. And if anything, for me, I feel I have a gift to articulate through art. I have God's given me a gift to articulate, not just with my words, but through merch or through video. So I have chosen to, take that baton, the baton that they passed to me, to my brother, to you, to whoever, and I'm going to run my race as fast as I can and hopefully finish it.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, like we're defining where we are, we're defining what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, me finishing it,
Mm-hmm.
whatever my it is,
whatever it is, yeah,
is not does not mean it's done.
Yes.
And I think that's an important distinction, to not look at it as like, oh, I have to complete this.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. And I don't think you're saying that either, because
No.
I, like, my wife and I got like whiteboard, like,
yeah,
it's a real deal.
Yeah.
And I asked my wife the other day, I was like, I need a reason, like, why are we doing this again? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, this money's coming in. What's this money going to do? I'm going after this deal. What's this deal going to do?
Yeah.
And even me, right? Like, you can get lost in the chase sometimes, in the build of an empire, because it starts to get busy.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of moving parts and whatnot. And she said, it's for the legacy.
Brother, you took the words out of my mouth. That was going to be my follow-up.
right?
Me too.
It's
That's
for
good.
the legacy. I know the story doesn't end with me.
Yes,
So it's
absolutely.
like, what am I doing that's going to set up them?
Yep.
And not just to be all altruistic, like I don't think my life matters. Like, no, I love me, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want delicious food and like I want to have a good time.
Yeah.
But at this point, I think building an empire that outlasts us is the only thing that makes sense.
For sure. I'm
You know,
with you 110%.
like it has to be that big because in something that I said the other day, I released, all over socials, one of these little clips that I did, because I think I'm doing what you're doing now too. And it's like, I'm documenting me within this life.
Yes.
Not just the life.
Yeah.
But me within the life. And was saying how, well, it's easy to think that way. It's kind of like a no duh thing at this point because I know who my business partner is. And I think you have the same business partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's almost a cheat code.
Like wink, wink, sign of the cross here. Like,
yeah.
Which is crazy because like there was definitely a time in my own life too where I was pretty resistive to that partnership.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
Right. Like actively like, I'm going to say or not. Oh yeah, I would love to go my own way. And I'm not even going to ask you. So there, pretty arrogant. Right. But like I quickly learned that vanity and pride is the first sin for a reason. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty costly.
Yeah.
And like you, I discovered that, hey, my piece is too damn expensive.
Way too.
It's too expensive, dude.
Too expensive.
Like, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it away to this, and this. I'm just not going to do that.
No, sir.
And as soon as I stopped, seeing villains, expecting these things to be different or filtering things through anything but peace, like you.
Yeah.
Everything's better. Like
yeah.
Like I have bigger goals and there's a lot of things on my whiteboard that I'm like, it's a not yet kind of thing. But at the same time, it seems inevitable and worth it.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I feel like, just piggybacking off of what you said, even the things on the whiteboard that are pending and never get done, I still look at as, I still look at them as wins, right? Because if it's the next thing, if it's the next challenge or the next goal to be accomplished, you're doing better than a lot of people who chosen to be complacent or stagnant, or I know plenty of people who don't necessarily live without purpose. They're just still trying to discover theirs. So I feel the best way I could be a encourager of that is living out my purpose, showing them hopefully it liberates somebody else to see me, especially, people who've known me as more of the introvert, seeing me live out loud. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
even as an activist, I'd coin myself a creative activist. Like, even to the point where I voice my opinion where I know someone might take offense to it. I never try to present myself or present anything I say in a way to just stir a pot. One of the things I'm still learning to do is, how can I present a truth that, or an injustice that I see, and present it to the world and question it in love. What is the solution to this in love? Wait a second, why do you feel, if this is your perspective, my life experience says different, help me understand why you feel that way, right? In love, because there's such a divide. We can see it. It's palpable. Like, there's such a divide right now that pointing fingers is not going to move the needle. So as
No,
much as
I mean, it will move the needle, just not in the direction you want it to.
absolutely, yeah,
Like,
you know what I mean.
I would
So
much rather not go through a civil war. I would much rather not do that.
That'd be great. We've got plenty of documentation of why that was horrible, and let's not, how about we not repeat that, guys?
Right. I think history is one of the reasons I love it so much, and language, is because it'll absolutely show you what not to do.
Yes, it's the study guide, guys. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But obviously, some people didn't. They literally didn't pay attention. But we're here, so how do we move forward? Let me get back on track. Let's come back to what you were talking about. I don't want to get on because man, I can go down a rabbit hole. But in the best way I can, I want to live in purpose out loud and and if I can, be a conduit or a bridge for understanding, for healing, for progress, whatever that looks like. Because it's we got enough rage bait to, feed nations. It's ridiculous. So there has to be a counter to that.
Absolutely, man. And it's funny, we have this expression, fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
But have you ever heard a fireman say that?
Yeah. Maybe we
should have it, right?
No, maybe we should,
because they know
you
should not fight fire with fire. It will make the fire worse.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, duh, people, what if I actually lived out the thing that I know to be true?
Yeah.
And I think that, I say to my wife all the time, I see a lot of people that would rather be right than be happy, which is so crazy.
That is nuts.
Like, I would rather prove a point, than be happy. I would rather bring up something that doesn't really matter, and pretend I'm upset about it, than be happy.
Yeah.
And that's not to say you should ignore, obviously.
Yeah.
We're not saying bury your head in the sand. I'm saying we all got this limited time and it's running out like sand in an hourglass.
Yeah.
You and I were in our 20s like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. I promise, I just blinked.
Right? Like, I was listening to this song. It was all good just a week ago, not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not that guy. Life is not the same thing. I'm not doing the same stuff. My body doesn't feel the same way.
Yeah.
But it's like, we didn't live into our 40s. We didn't live 40 years. We lived as many days as that adds up to.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big things that really helps me to keep going, to have that consistency, to constantly operate with peace, power, and purpose, is only trying to do it for today. Like, what if I treat today like it matters? What if today I do something that helps somebody else?
Yes.
What if I actually take my own advice and I drink water and I work hard?
Yeah.
Right? Like, like you said earlier about simplicity, and Einstein had this simplicity principle that I love to live by.
Yeah.
Is keep it super simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it super simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Are you doing what you know works? Are you doing something that matters? And for me, you touched on purpose a bunch of times. And I've heard so many people ask that, well, how do I know what my purpose is? What's my purpose? And for me, I don't think it's as singular as you would like to think. Like, because part of your purpose was being a good uncle. Part of your purpose is being that creative rebel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Part of your purpose is being that creative activist. Part of your purpose is now documenting and telling other people. Part of your purpose is being a good son and a good friend. Like, part of your purpose is paying your taxes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think for me, choosing to live on purpose has allowed me to sometimes stumble into an authentic life. And that's a lot more easy, a lot more practical, right? It's a lot more simple.
Yeah.
Like, so that I'm not just like on this discovery journey hoping that this works out. I'm like, no, I'm just going to treat something like it matters.
Yeah. That's
And
good, man.
I filter things out through the idea that if does the thing that's in front of me matter to me? And if it doesn't, why is it in front of me?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
And then editing, being brave enough to edit and move from then on, right? But like you said, it's the thing to avoid stagnation. And it's for me, I need to make things real simple because otherwise either I won't do them or I won't think they matter or I'll procrastinate and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But I try to get to like these moments of like, duh.
Yeah.
Duh, Milan. Duh.
Yeah.
Because then I'm more likely to do it. And it's like, for me, one of the things that keeps me going is understanding that if I was thirsty and I'm out in the woods, I would rather drink from a waterfall than like a stagnant pool of water.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, obviously stagnation can be deadly. Okay, am I progressing with what I'm doing or am I just kind of going along?
Right.
And drifting along. And I think sometimes we do drift a little bit or like follow somebody else's lead. Like we're both inspired by other people, right?
Absolutely.
A myriad of other people.
Mm-hmm.
But then I take that and then I live my life. I take that and how does this correspond to my goals, to the things that matter to me? And, you know, I love that you touched on your job now is outwardly expression. And the mastermind, when I was running that group, like we had this equation for the group, which was expression plus expansion equals fulfillment. But my only job is expression.
Yeah.
My job is not the expansion. That's
Mm-hmm.
God's job.
Yeah.
I'll let God decide who listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
My job is to put the podcast out.
Thanks.
I'll let God decide who my next client is. It's my job to be available. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to know your job.
Yeah.
So what would you say your job is now? Like your expression part, what does that look like for you?
My job, that expression part, man. Okay. I'm
good at this, by the way. I don't know if you noticed.
No, yeah. I'm speaking of stagnant pools, you take me to a place where I have to I gotta just keep swimming and not only just paddling my feet, I gotta go deeper. You know what I mean? That's good. I love the challenge. I appreciate you. Would it be okay to say I honestly don't know right now?
Yeah.
There's certain parts of my life that I feel like I'm still figuring out. You know, there's certain parts, especially in my confidence, that have evolved. And just like you were talking about, like the expansion portion of it is still pending in a lot of areas. Because when I say I don't know, I mean, I still hope to be, a husband. So I would hope my job would be to be not only a good uncle, a good son, brother, friend, but to be a good husband, or to be a good dad. And because I'm not at that chapter yet, the only thing I can do today, day one, is preparation for whenever, if and when that day comes.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I feel like my job now is preparation for the expansion, if that makes sense.
Dude, that makes so much sense on like 11 of those points. Because like, man, pretending is so stupid, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's so unnecessary. It's so costly.
Yeah.
So to even say, I don't have all the answers right now.
Yeah.
It's so like, it allows the space to be filled.
Yeah.
Right. If I acknowledge that there is space.
Yeah.
Then something can go in that space. And obviously I'm going to do the thing that feels and looks and sounds and is the best.
Yes.
And I think that that's so valid, right? To acknowledge, like, dude, there's space for those things. I don't know.
Yeah.
And knowing too that like part of you is like, I don't have to figure it all out today.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's really smart too, to not try to fit it all into today.
Absolutely. And honestly, man, that goes back to, earlier we talked about, what is like when I talked about my foundation is peace. Worrying about what that looks like in the future kind of creates chaos for me. So all I can do is be in the moment. Like you said, focus on today. Like, I don't know what, and I can, just from your experience and talking to my brothers and my brother and some of my close friends, when you have a kid, there's this ongoing journey of learning how to be a good dad or a good father. You don't figure it out day one. So, like you said, I'm just leaving space for whatever my job or whatever my legacy or purpose is supposed to be in the future. And one of the best practical things that I've done to see the unknown happen up to this point in my life is honestly just meeting God halfway. Um, if I spoke this past Easter, I was able to present a message, a Good Friday message at that same church that I grew up in as a kid. And I literally got up to the podium with all these notes. And I had a moment where I had no idea what I was saying. And I just felt like I heard God say, I'll take it from here. I just met him halfway by showing up. And, the report back from the message was amazing. So many people were like, man, that was inspiring. There was this and there was that. And all I did was show up. So
I think that's funny that that's a tangible example of like the first like 13 things you've said on this podcast.
yeah.
Because like one, it's uncomfortable, right? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number two, like it's new. So now that adds another level of discomfort.
Yes.
Right. And it's the choice to do it anyway. And it's allowing God to be there. And you prepared. Right.
Yeah.
It's not like you didn't show up. You're like, I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the legacy aspect of you being in that hallowed place.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing. And then it's like as soon as you started saying it, I reminded, one, I saw that post, but
oh, man.
And two, okay, just fulfill scripture by default and act like Peter and say, like the Spirit filled him in the moment.
Yes.
And it was like, then Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm saying this right now.
Yeah. The expansion happened.
Yeah, the expansion happens, and like I don't know about if you noticed it in the moment, but sometimes I'll notice myself speaking to someone in the moment.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, wow, that's a really good point. Like,
yeah. No,
like all right, but I don't miss a beat either.
Yeah.
Like I notice, observe, and speak simultaneously, and I'm like, this ain't on me, is it?
Yeah, I'm not guilty. Whatever happens after this, you can put that on God. But yeah, man, I can remember while I was speaking, just panning the crowd, and there were certain people I locked eyes with, and I was like, I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I'm here, and yeah, we're cooking. So yeah, man, that honestly, most recently, that was one of the most pivotal moments recently where my confidence, outside of success in business, by sales, but in just my life fulfillment and my confidence spiritually, that was one of the most pivotal moments most recently in my life, was just to be nervous, to feel prepared, but not feel totally confident, and walk up in full confidence. Literally, I was sweating a little bit, and just yeah, man, seeing people, I guess, touch, or that's a churchy word, touch, but influence in such a positive way.
Impacted, right?
Impacted is the word I was looking for. Edit the other stuff out.
Yeah.
Impacted in such a positive way, man. That's what it's all about.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned that a couple times too, confidence. And the way I see it is that confidence is linked directly to the evidence that I am who I say I am.
Yeah.
Like, am I trustworthy to me?
Yeah.
Because confidence is that, right? Confidos. It's like, do I trust me?
Mm.
And like, yeah, I trust me. How do I know? Well, even when it's not ideal and I'm uncomfortable, I do things because they matter. So like I keep the promises to me. I have a good rapport with Milan.
Yes.
And one of the signs of like a really great leader or a great, future leader here is they don't have to believe everything that you say, but they believe you believe it. That's the real marker. They believe you believe it.
Yeah.
Like, because some people, they follow plenty of people and they're like, hey, what's this mean? What's that mean? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I don't know that part. But like this part over here and the way that he delivers it.
Yeah.
I believe that, dude. I would follow that guy into the fire.
Yeah. I'm sold.
Right. And I think that's you mentioned preparation too. And like hearing you speak and like where you are in your own person, all I'm thinking is that's exactly where I was right before I got married and became a dad. Right?
Yeah.
I was living on purpose.
Yeah.
I had defined some characteristics of an ideal spouse.
Yeah.
I'm like, these characteristics, that's what I need. Right?
Yeah. Non-negotiable.
I had a list. I had a short list. It was like 5 things.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the core of a person that I believe would be my best partner.
Yes.
And I see myself as a husband and a father. Do I know what that looks like? I do not.
Yeah.
I have some ideas, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 4 weeks before I met Alicia, dude, I was in Dubai. 4 weeks. And had no plans on coming back to the States. Not at that time.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's dope here. like it's dope here. Yes, I'm eventually gonna come back because I got school, but that ain't tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then get a call. Hey, can you come do us a favor? We need somebody to speak to teach Spanish for Upward Bound. 1, I had never worked for Upward Bound. 2, I had not planned on working at the university over the summer. And like I fly back 48 hours later, I do a lesson plan and start teaching. And one of the students in my class was a first-time Upward Bound 8th grader going into the 9th grade because his mom knew it was important. And that was his first opportunity. And she's like, no, Upward Bound is going to be great for my son. Now he's like, hey, Dad.
That's wild.
And, that woman that she was 2 years ahead of me in high school. I knew her. We had one Spanish class together my freshman year, and I never saw her again. And then 16 years later, she comes walking up to me, and then where I'm like, oh, we should catch up. We should, it's been 16 years. What's your life like? Let's go have a drink, this Friday. But when she walked in slow motion, and I was like,
oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
And I was like, be cool, bro, be cool.
Yeah, play it cool, dog.
And then we like connected with her. I was like, you're not just the 4 things that matter the most to me. This girl is an amalgamation of every female trait that I ever thought was awesome. And I'm thinking, 1, won't he do it? 2, he gave me more than I can ask, think, or imagine. Because why? Like you said in the beginning, I gave it to him.
Yeah.
And I wasn't busy trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because I think we'll end up forcing some things to exist that should never have existed.
Yes.
Right?
If I can preach on anything with confidence, I can preach on that.
Right. And just like America, it would have been full of unnecessary problems.
Yeah.
And I tried to manufacture stuff before, and guess what? The last time almost killed me, literally. She's like, "I'm gonna kill you." I'm like, "Ah, dang!" Like, I should definitely leave. I don't think I should be here. This was a mistake. But what do I look at? I see that I soberly look at my life and think, "Wow, Milan, you ran right through a bunch of red lights."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I did, huh? That I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
Right? Instead of just noticing the pattern, I actually learned and did something about it. And I'm like, I will act differently from now on.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real marker of like true purposeful living, you know, the fruits of our labors here is, am I just gathering knowledge and experiences, or am I actually learning and using it to act differently for the better?
Yeah.
Because like that's the hallmark, right? Like anybody can win for 3 months.
Yeah.
What do you do when life sucks? Do you have a plan? Can you get yourself out of it?
Yeah.
Do you have people around you that will loan you their faith and their resources to get you back to a good place?
Yeah.
You know, like, what's your deal? And I think having that relationship with yourself is so key, right? Like, what, you know, Jesus repeated a handful of things, you know, and one of those things was like, love God and love your neighbor like yourself. The key is like yourself.
Let's start there.
Like, do you trust yourself? Do you think you're good? Do you think you're worthy? Do you think you're worth it? Do you have a plan?
Yeah.
What kind of person are you? Right? Because then you can do things like, I can love my enemy. All I'm thinking is, you're making a lot of bad choices, bro. You need my prayer. Like, you know, I can live a worthwhile life, and that doesn't mean a problem-free life. And I think you have to know that that's not the goal.
Really good. Yeah.
Because for me, challenges are not the villain. Challenges are precursors to my next version of glory. Right? I can't be mad that these dumbbells are heavy.
Yeah.
Right? I set up my biceps.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get curls for my girl. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know, I'm trying to look good in these t-shirts.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I can't be mad at the hardship. So like when I'm in those in-between times, and a tangible example for me lately was like my new whiteboard, right? It changes with business. And I wrote on a section, right? I prepared and I wrote new clients, underline. And I don't mean like $50 clients. I mean like high ticket clients.
Yeah. That
catapult my goals here. Like I'm talking, you know, 5 figures and up. And it was blank. Blank. I did not have anything to write down on that. But I know how to prepare. So like systematically prepared. Talk to my business partner. He's a really old Jewish dude, you know?
Yeah.
You got real good advice.
You know?
And then boom, 3 days after one of my downturns where like I was mentally like, you know, feeling it.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, can you come speak at Harvard? Yeah. Yes. My answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I will gladly do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And partly not just because it sounds good, but because it fits the narrative and the path that I'm on, that I'm following, that I'm co-creating with God.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just makes sense. And just like you, I will prepare, right?
Yeah.
We'll do my best.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when the time comes, like it's gonna be the best performance, and I'm gonna be like, sweet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna do this thing that I believe in.
Yeah.
And I think that's key, right? And like that's one of the things why I was like, Zig, get on the damn podcast, brother. Get on here. like come on. Because somebody is gonna look at you and say, all right, cool, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. And I appreciate you, man. Because I know you've been tugging for a while, and that's on me. And a lot of it felt going back to, you said, can I trust myself? Trustworthiness. There had been a stretch of time where I'll just be honest with you, I couldn't I didn't feel ready enough to be on anybody's podcast. I couldn't even press record on my own phone and express my thoughts because I just wasn't. I don't think I trusted myself. I didn't trust myself. You know, I'm just getting to a place where I'm like, no, it's time. Even if it's not perfect, flawed and all, this is it.
Yeah, and I just recently I realized, you know, because we say that, right? Like, I don't feel ready.
No, yeah.
And we've all felt that. But I believe that ready actually is a feeling. It's just not the feeling that you think it is.
It's good.
And I think feeling discomfort is the marker, is the feeling that you're ready.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable as a slave. I'm going to rebel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable in the Matrix. I'm going to get myself out.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable at this weight. My body hurts all the time. I'm going to eat better food.
Yeah.
Right? I think discomfort is the marker, is the feeling of readiness. And now that I've known that, I can see all these times where like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have all the answers then. And for me, knowing that I don't need all the answers, I just need a good enough reason and a good enough what to move towards.
Yes.
Because I trust it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I trust that I'll figure it out along the way. And, you know, the shepherd's going to be there.
Yeah. That's good stuff, bro.
Dude, as we wrap up, one of the things I want to get your 2 cents on real quick
yes, sir.
What do you think about looking at life through the lens of a child? And by that, I mean, imagine you're playing Duck, Duck, Goose.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay. You know that the goose is in the circle somewhere, but you don't know where in the circle. And you're in charge. You're the one going around, and you're like, duck, duck, duck. And they don't know when you're gonna click goose. You don't know when you're gonna click goose necessarily either, but you know the goose is there somewhere. And then you, boom, you get your goose, and you take off, right? Because you're like, Sass, let me chase this thing. Let me chase this thing. But you know the goose is going to catch you eventually.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's fun when the goose catches you. It's fun. It's funny. It's cool. It's worthwhile. And, you know, it catches you and like you deal with that and it for that time. And then it moves on. But like for me, like, what do you think about looking at it that way? Entrepreneurship is like a game of duck, duck, goose.
That's crazy. There's a whole storm rolling in. I don't know if you can tell in my background, but it's a nice breeze right now. But I probably have about 5 minutes. Man, if I take that duck, duck, goose perspective and apply it to business, it's great that you mentioned that because that's one of the things. That's actually something that I'm applying to my philosophy about going about my business is to have fun with it. You know what I mean? Because there was a point in time where I wasn't looking to even start. I wasn't looking to start a brand. I'll be honest with you. It was just birthed. I was actually working on a documentary at the time. I designed, you know, my most popular T-shirt, my most popular design. I wasn't looking to start a T-shirt company. I was filming a documentary, and I was looking through the footage. And as I took a break, I just got the inspiration because of the music I was listening to while I was just kind of looking through footage. I was listening to Kendrick Lamar. I'll never forget. And it came to me. I said, okay, well, open up Photoshop. 15 minutes later, I had a design, ran with it, and July. Matter of fact, I just passed 8 years 8 years as a brand, so to speak.
Nice.
Uh, and through these different milestones, I think I I don't think I don't think I enjoyed the journey. I just kind
Mm.
of I I appreciated the influence more than I enjoyed the journey, I think. You know what I mean? I appreciated the
Yeah.
shout outs more than, man, this wasn't really even my idea. Like, uh, so where I'm at now in how I do business, you know, you want a return on your investment, you want the profits, but I'm just learning how to have fun in the process. The documenting of, you know, different happenings, pop-ups, you know, being in different stores or meeting different people, and you know, really uh, appreciating the little things, man. The money will be there. The money's coming. The money will be there. But the jubilation is my choice. So I choose to have fun through it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. Like the choice, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a big marker of real long term success, real personal, valuable, worthwhile story. Is the question, how choosy am I?
Yeah.
You know, just like with even moving forward with even adopting the legacy and doing something about it, like you had to choose that,
Yes. Absolutely.
and you had to choose it over and over.
Yeah.
Right? They're like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to choose to be this guy.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real powerful thing of doing things on purpose. And a lot of people, your life may not be what you want it to be because you're not being choosy enough.
Yeah.
And being choosy, it's easy. I can just be choosy and keep myself in a place that's worthwhile a lot more often than not.
Right.
So
Right.
sweet, brother. I appreciate the convo, man.
Man, nah, I appreciate you, man. And I'll say anytime we talk, I will say the same thing because it rings true. Bro, you don't understand. You have been an inspiration for me. Like, just like I always, even way back, I was always like, man, Milan, even if you talk to any of my friends and I mention you, anything about you, I was like, bro, you don't understand. This man is so cool. He has always been cool, just a cool cat. So to add the fact that now that you're would you consider life coaching? Or what are you, a mentor? The fact that you're a mentor, I don't even care about the
Yeah.
label. The fact that you're a mentor on top of who you've already been, bro, it's an honor to see you expand, bro. And I'm on the journey with you, and I'm always cheering for you because whatever you become to other people as more people know about you after you go to Harvard or whatever comes in the near future, to me, you've always been that guy before the lights and the stage and all this other jazz. You've always been an inspiration, bro.
Man, I appreciate that.
Not real talk.
And it's for me, I love hearing that simply because my biggest concern was how can I be valuable to ever
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Like that was a real concern.
Yeah.
Like how the hell am I going to be valuable ever?
Yeah.
And once I stopped running from that or stopped even looking at that like some type of smoke in the wind that I could never catch.
Yeah.
And just started to act on purpose, live on purpose. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I think it's doable.
yeah, that's definitely doable.
Like in my life now, I would define it with just two words: authentically awesome.
And I would wholeheartedly endorse that. And I would say on top of that, the confidence, the way that you move is infectious. You may not realize it because it's you and it's innate in you, inherent, going back to the words I used earlier. But the confidence that you move with, um, it's almost like a steroid, man. It amplifies anybody who's around you. You make them better. You know what I mean? So don't ever forget that. That's real.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
And again, man, like I love hearing that because, you know, sometimes you're just going and going, and it's a lot easier to see the worthwhileness sometimes through somebody else's lens.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, my focus is it hurts, I'm tired, this sucks, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, not useful.
Yeah. Rest and reset.
Yeah. And I'll add another R&R to that, recognize and replace.
Recognize and replace.
Like recognize this negative story in my head and replace it out loud.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, you know, that whole phrase, it's easier said than done, has served me so much. Because I'm like, yes, I know it's easier said than done. That's why I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Like if God's creation starts with let there be light and he's verbal. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll be really verbal about the things that let light into my life. You know, like I'm constantly recognizing negative thoughts and replacing them with verbal stories.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
You know, and like I built day one so that my life didn't suck.
Yeah.
And then God was like, hey, give day one to that person. Share it to that person. Share it to that person. And you know, he brought me to a place. He led me to a place I didn't know that I would love so much. And that would fuel me so much. And that would be full of effort, but not hard.
Yeah.
And for me, like linguistically and personally knowing the difference has, man, it's made all the difference. Yeah.
It's good stuff. Keep it going, man. Keep it going, bro.
Absolutely. Man, I'm excited about the playback of this, the socials that are coming from this.
Yeah.
Creating a whole slew of things.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever have you ever heard of Notebook LM?
I have not.
Yeah, look up Notebook LM and just click try. It's a free thing that Google put out.
Okay.
But one of the really cool things about it is like graphics, notes, ideas, stories, whatever you have, audio recordings, you know, you can upload all that stuff into it and then have it create an audio breakdown and like mind maps and stuff. And it'll really consolidate all your ideas into, you know, graphics, shorts, slide decks, you know, whatever you need. But like for me, it's helped me to like really create mass media that's personal and not like some generic chat GPT crap.
Yeah.
That really does reflect me. And then like I'm like, oh, that's my idea in a concise package.
Yes.
Now I can talk about it a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, hearing the breakdown of what I was thinking, cool. Now I'll take my main ideas and I'll share them a lot easier.
Gotcha.
Like it helps me take all the like ideas out of the air and then like, you know, consolidate these things. And like, dude, I got like 30 notebooks that I've created through that process.
Insane. And
like that helps me even like I started putting out using it to do a deep dive breakdown of like our conversation per se.
Okay.
So I'll release each episode, part 1, the deep dive breakdown, part 2, the full conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it gets those points out and it's, dude, Notebook LM has been the truth. Like, and Notebook I haven't talked to anybody that knows about it.
Nah, it's the first time I've ever heard about it. And I try to keep an ear to what's trending, but nah, that's a new one for me, man. But I'm tapped in now.
Yeah, like to plug in your ideas, even if it's like you know, you can do your own text, right? So I'll just like open up a text prompt.
Okay.
And I'll blah blah, you know, all of my ideas that I'm having right now about, you know, a webinar I want to do or an idea that I have.
Okay.
And then upload that and then get the breakdown. I'm like, that's what I was thinking.
It's good to have an assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's dude, there's never been a better time to solve a problem.
I love it, man.
So sweet, brother. I'm gonna chop up all this audio and stuff in the breakdown, and then I'll send you clips.
That'd be great
on your social and a couple other breakdowns, and then it'll be released in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
but I'll send you the link when it's on Spotify.
Heck yeah, let's do it, man. Hey,
Cool.
man, I appreciate your time again, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
We'll chop it up soon.
Yeah, people stick around for a reason, dude, and you've stuck around. I can't even remember how long we've known each other. It's been a while.
A couple decades by now,
yeah,
probably good 15.
Yeah, I think 20 years because I was like 21 when we were living together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we're getting older and wiser, I think, or something. I don't know.
I'm getting better. That's for sure. I'm better.
Definitely getting better.
I'm better than I used to be, and that's like, that's cool.
Yeah, man. Well,
I measure myself by my own metrics of how far I am from a version that sucks.
Yeah. Right. Stay sharp on your end, man. And I'm gonna keep it going on mine.
Heck yeah, brother. I'm good as gold.
Heck yo. Take it easy, bro.
Talk to you. Peace.
Sir, peace.